Hey everybody, Joan Nielsen here, walking up the street with Fenris. It's a beautiful afternoon and I thought, why the heck not get out and go for a nice walk? Oh, I just love it. You know, we get into such habits, habits of seeing things in a certain way, or habits of complaining about certain things, relationships, our romantic relationships or friend relationships or family relationships or whatever. And we see it a certain way and we complain about whoever. And I want to talk a moment about romantic relationships because it's so important. I was reading a really cool book called The Secret Power of the Subconscious Mind. And it talked about relationship like marriage, or because we don't all get married, but like a relationship, like a romantic relationship like that, and how we basically commit like adultery or cheating on the other spouse by complaining about them. We complain to our friends or whoever will listen about them and trying to get our own, justification of, saying they nag too much or they don't clean up after themselves or whatever it is we want to complain about. Us as humans love to complain about something, right? And in the book it talks about how that's basically committing adultery, and I thought to myself, what a unique way of looking at it. Because you're doing them, your significant other, a disservice by talking bad about them. I mean, how could you not be, And if you happen to get with people who are themselves in a not so great relationship, they'll totally agree with you because they don't want you to be happy. Why would they want you to be happy if they're not happy? You might as well be miserable too. Because misery loves company, right? So even the slightest little thing that somebody does, then you start thinking about that thing that they do that bothers you. And then you start thinking of more things that bother you. Because of course, now that you're thinking of what bothers you, you're going to get more of what bothers you because that's what you're asking for. You're attracting it, right? Instead of going, all right, let's think a minute. My significant other just went through this time, or maybe I'm going through a time, and it's not always like that, and there's many, many times where we get along happily and we have lots of fun together. And instead of going through this process, we go through the process of, let's just stick to the negative because we'd rather change this one thing that we don't like than to focus on what we do like because we already like that. But you see, my loved ones, the more you focus on what you don't like is going to get you more of what you don't like. So take a moment when you're thinking about your relationship and be grateful for it. If it's a relationship with the father of your children, be grateful that you've got those children with him. Be grateful that you had that time together to enjoy each other and those children. So important. We get so caught up on being so angry with them. And if we're ending the relationship, we're so angry that it's ending, that they couldn't have done more, they should have done more, whatever it is, that we forget that we're holding on to so much and we don't need to. Instead, we could forgive them for who they are, for what they've done to harm you. Say to yourself when you think of them, I forgive them and I hope they forgive me. And let them go. Just let them go. Let it go and send out the love because it's so much more important for you, for your children, for if you're going to have another relationship, or if you're trying to build on this one. It's so important for you to just be okay with the way it is right now. Be in love with the way it is right now. Send out that love. Forgive them for what they have done, because forgiveness is so important for you to move forward. Set in your own ways. It's time to change that. Time to shift that and start being in the loving moment, because we are loving beings and you deserve it and we all deserve it. Make it an amazing day, everybody.